It's season opening day for RFL Season 4 and we're here for the opening round in Australia. 20 drivers eyeing up the RFL Season 4 Tier 1 crown, and we start down under at the Australian Grand Prix. The track is a tricky one, 5.3 kilometres with 29 laps around it, and we got 20 drivers going for the RFL Australia victory here, and we have no more tyre issues. We have the soft, mediums and hards like in every race now this season, which I'm sure you're all glad to hear, with the intermediates and wets available also. The first Grand Prix was held here in 1996. The lap record is by Michael Schumacher in 2004, a 124.125, 16 corners. And let's just quickly take you through the action zones of this track. The places you need to watch here: you got turn 1, fast, difficult right-hander, places where crashes can happen, especially down on lap 1. An overtaking opportunity as well in the race. Turn 3, best overtaking opportunity. You got the two DRS straights, get down there, get an overtake. Turn 11, 12, very difficult, get a good run though. Turn 13, overtake possible. I'm your commentator today, Morgs6908, and I'm joined today by Tom Gorian. So Tom, you've just raced here in Tier 2. How tricky is this track?
Hello everyone and welcome to a brand new season of Racing Formula League. In my opinion, the most anticipated season in RFL history. This Albert Park, Melbourne, Australia track is a very difficult track. I've just raced there before for the Tier 2 race. The rear of the car is very difficult, especially around turn 3 and mostly turn 10 and the high speed chicane. I think tyre wear is going to be a very difficult problem, especially for those going on the hard tyres trying to go longer into this race. But as we go on board with some of the drivers who are going out for a brand new season of RFL action after the controversy, the drama that was the later stages of last season's championship, ERL Antzmaz becoming RFL Season 3 champion. Morgs, who knows what's going to happen when these cars go out for the beginning of the 4th season of Racing Formula League.
Yep, and right now on your screen you're watching the pre-season favourite, Jolllyy. He's in the Williams car this season and he seemed to be on the minds of a lot of people as being the man who could well take the crown away from Antzmaz, but Antzmaz is not going to give it up quite easily. Antzmaz will be right in this fight. You've also got Danny, you've also got King Liam, you've also got a quite quick Vapid Coot, Anti-Beacon, Callum G and JJ. JJ's not here today in time trials, and maybe if they've got some good race pace they can even challenge as well. We've got a lot of drivers here who could really take the challenge to the top guys of Antzmaz and Jolllyy. And after last season's amazing race, you had Elsie or Leopard win it, but you had a three-way battle at some point between King Liam, Danny and Leopard for the victory, and it did end in a bit of controversy down at turn 15 it is. You saw them all come together. I think it was Liam went into Leopard and then Danny got away, and then it was a Leopard versus Danny battle. Leopard eventually getting past and winning that race, and it was a good race between them, but controversial moment in it as well, and maybe we'll get the same again today. Jolllyy has begun his first lap, so let's go out on board with the Williams driver starting his first lap of this season.
Yep, you want to spot your braking zone into turn 3, a very tricky corner for the front tyres, and especially for this first lap you don't want to be going all flat out, because if you go all flat out you might make a mistake and you might end up crashing, and that is your session over. That's the one thing you don't want to be doing the first lap of the brand new season in qualifying session. I just want to point out we've got new rules and regulations for RFL Season 4. If you did not watch my preview video on the YouTube channel, pretty much we have new regulations when it comes to fast lap and the pole position lap. So whoever gets pole position for today's Australian Grand Prix will bag themselves the first RFL point of Season 4, but pole position can only get you so much in the season with the yellow flag detected for if someone's just slowing down there. Jolllyy just corrects the car slightly, and this is what I'm talking about, the rear end of the car. You can't spam gears when you're braking and shifting down just to gear, and the rear of the car will just slip off you. Here comes Jolllyy around the final corner, one of the favourites to win the RFL Championship in the lovely Williams. Nomad 121.4, Jolllyy across the line 121.8, 2 attempts quicker than Nomad, and that might be provisional pole position, but as I say, that flying rosary crossed the line 121.1, and Sita, someone new in this league in that Mercedes, 121.1. So it looks like Morgs, the pace of the Mercedes is legitimate in RFL Season 4.
Yep, Chandler, good lap there. Just to let you know, the pole position time in Tier 2 was 29, but our first laps were about a 21.7, 21.8, so I can expect those times to get down to the mid-20s by the end of the session, considering these are the Tier 1 drivers and their first laps. As Danny goes very wide there into the final corner and has to abort his lap. I don't think anyone towards the end of the lap. Brumson is on a lap at the moment. But TR Pepsi coming across the line now. He goes up into 5th place.
Not a bad lap there from...
Not bad.
Not a bad lap there from
Yep.
TR Pepsi. Let's see, Antzmaz. I think he's on his out lap, yes he is. Let's see, Danny's still in the garage, so Danny in the McLaren Renault is still in the garage. Let's see, I think
He did make a mistake, he aborted his lap. Brumson coming across the line, he goes up into P8 at 25.2. I think he might have messed up that lap. That is definitely not representative of the Haas driver. I know he can go much quicker. Ian Boyer, 23.6 on the hards, not too bad at the moment, but I'm sure he's got a bit more pace than that as well, because he's on the hards at the moment, so he'll definitely go faster. With 23 on the mediums, he'll be able to improve on that as well when he goes into the soft compound tyres. But all these drivers just setting banker laps at the moment. There's no need to push at the moment. They just want to get a lap on the board so they're safe and not starting last. As Grozzy lets the Haas of, I think that's Brumson, no, it's Pepsi, go there, as Pepsi is on a lap at the moment. I think again, no, he's not. But Antzmaz is about to begin a lap, so let's ride on board with the Alfa Romeo Racing driver, the defending champion of Season 3, heading into Season 4. Optimistic about his chances. So let's see what he can do as he comes down towards turn 3. Tricky right-hander, the probably best overtaking opportunity in the race, and he nails that at the moment in the qualifying out through turn 4 down towards turn 5. Very quick, easy to make a mistake on right-hander. Then turn 6, 7 and 8 here, 7 here now, and through there we go. Oh, he has a huge moment and almost into the wall there and lost the wheel, but he did go into the wall, lost the front wing, and that's his lap over, but it's not his qualifying over, luckily for him, and that's cutting the track completely. That will be a 10-second penalty, because that's clearly just to gain an advantage, and that has been written into the RFL rules that anybody seen cutting the track to gain an advantage will get a penalty given to them, so that could well be investigated after the race.
Here it comes Liam across the line. 21.7, wow, very interesting from the Ferrari driver, King William. Well, obviously one of the favourites to win the RFL Championship, 6th place, 5 attempts behind Sita. I want to speak about the differences in the tyres, obviously for RFL Season 4. Beacon, 2nd place, wow, only 5,000 of a second letters between the Renault and the Mercedes. But I want to speak about the differences in the tyres. Obviously, for F1 2019, obviously, simpler tyre compounds. The soft is pretty much the super soft. The medium is the yellow tyre, and the hard is the white tyre. And the gaps between the 3 tyres, in my opinion, are huge. But obviously, if you're following last game's logic, Clenzo, pole position. Provisional anyway, 120.8, the first man of the season and of the session to go into the 1 minute 20s. Great job there by the Alfa Romeo Sauber. I was talking to him the other week, and he feels like he's gained so much pace. Remember, Clenzo was in Tier 2 last season, and he's gained so much pace as well. So, could this be one of the dark horses going into RFL Season 4? We're going to have to wait out. We're going to have to find out. Is Callum G, the other guy, who was in Tier 2 of last season in that gorgeous Red Bull Honda. Obviously, Red Bull have changed engine manufacturers for this season. Here he goes around the final corner. Is this going to be pole position provisionally for Callum G? Across the line he goes. No, it's not. 7th place. Wow, okay. That's a very interesting time then. Behind Jolllyy, but quicker than King William. So, like, are these times legitimate, or just some of them making a mistake, or like sandbagging? We won't know. Vappen down in 12th place, so I think Vappen might have made a mistake. I think he's out on new soft tyres. as we have just over 9 minutes to go of this qualifying session. As we're on board with Danny, F31, who dramatically lost the championship last season to Antzmaz. You've got to think that that's going through his mind right now, and he hopefully can use that anger, controlled anger, as motivation to finally regain the RFL championship. But actually now he's coming back to the pit, so Danny in that McLaren Renault has backed out, and let's see who's on the lap here, Mugs.
Just to let you know that apparently you've got static on the stream. I can't hear it myself, but you've got static on the stream, so just have a quick check. But I just want to comment on Clenzo. His highest result last season in Tier 2 was only 5th position in Tier 2, and now he's on provisional pole halfway through this qualifying session. Now it's not, because Chandler goes into P1 there. Great lap there by Mercedes, but BMG Clenzo is looking strong. He was playing down his chances before the season started, because he said after RFL Live to me that I'd overestimated him. I was hyping him up too much, but he's living up to the hype at the moment. Second place at the moment as there goes Jolllyy. Jolly's round down towards turn 10. He doesn't hit the wall though with anywhere that would cause damage, and he can stay in the session. As he got in the way of the Ferrari there. I don't know who that was. Is that King Liam?
Yeah, King Liam. I think
Liam was on that lap though, so no, he was on that lap, so it's all good. As Ian Boy goes through, he is on that lap as well. So it's all good at the moment there. So no issues between them. As that's Stafford Cook up in 8th place now with a 21.3. Not where we were expecting him to be honest. I expected him much closer to the front, considering his time trial times, his optimism into the season. I was expecting him much higher up at this stage of qualifying, but maybe he's got more up his sleeve yet in the session, as Jolllyy is about to begin his lap. Nomad is about to begin his lap. Just have a look at other drivers. Nomad comes in the pits actually. I think most people are actually coming to the pits now.
There's a massive scramble.
Then going out for one final run.
Yeah, I was about to say, there's a massive scramble for track position as we go on board with Jolllyy in that Renault. And I'd just like to comment about the time trial times. Time trial only says so much. You can have the slowest TT times, but yeah, some of the best race pace.
Antzmaz in third, sorry, just to interrupt. Antzmaz up into third behind his teammate Clenzo there, with 21 flat, so not too bad from Antzmaz at the moment. We'll probably have one more run to improve that.
Yeah, no need. Yeah, as you go on board with Jolllyy right now, I can notice he's revving up the gears a lot. Now, I don't know if that's a tactic that he used to do in F1 2018, but apparently you can now overheat the engine on this game and it will reduce power, so I don't know if that's the quickest way to be in the straight line there. He goes through, enters now along left-hander in towards the quick chicane, but the other flag in sector 2, I think that's someone slowing down. Goes down to 5th gear for that time, because Jolllyy beautifully spots the apex there, and now is on the run towards the checkered flag in towards the last sector Morgs.
Yep, so Jolllyy coming through now, down towards turn 14. The quick right-hander at the moment, and then down towards the left-hander. The normal corner, tight, tricky. He gets out of there very nicely, and now you've got the flat-out run. Just a little lift here. Another flat-out run to the line as King Liam goes up into 2nd place. But where will this put Jolllyy? Will this put him on provisional pole? It could do. Only 4th place for Jolllyy. And that's behind Clenzo, behind King Liam, and behind Chandler at the moment. All separated by 2/10. That's 1st to 4th, separated by just 2/10 of a second. As Clenzo comes out on his outlap, and he's out now on a lap. Towards the line he goes. And this is an opportunity for him to take probably a very historic pole. He's gone from 5th place in his best result last season to potentially in the fight for pole position here in RFL Australia Season 4. Down towards turn 3 we go on board with him. Let's have a look on this lap, because this could well be the pole position lap you're watching right here. As Danny goes to P1 on the 20.6. Good lap there on the car. He's back in the fight. As Clenzo is a 10th and a bit up. He's a 10th and a half up on his personal best through the first sector. He's got more pace. He's got more time to find on this lap. And he could well challenge Danny's provisional pole position. What a story this will be. From struggling in the midfield of Tier 2 in Season 3 to being on pole position for Tier 4 RFL Australia. This will be a brilliant story. He's a further 2/10 up in the middle sector. He's 2.5, almost 3/10 up on his personal best. This is on course, provisional pole, down into towards the final sector now. He's done that very well, now in towards the right-hander, out of the right-hander, and in towards the penultimate corner of this lap. Could this be the most historic lap in RFL history? Round the final corner we go on board with Clenzo, and towards the line we go. Clenzo for pole position. Is this going to be what he wanted?
No.
It is! It's provisional pole position, a 20.491. He's retired from the session. He is happy with that. Now he's got 3.5 minutes to hold on from Danny, Chandler, King Liam and Jolllyy, because they're all going to be coming at him. Antzmaz on an outlap at the moment, but Clenzo is on the verge of an RFL history here. A RFL historic lap. He was a midfield runner in Tier 2, and he could well take his first pole position in Tier 1 on his Tier 1 debut. What a story this could be, but we still got time left in this session where this could all change. Antzmaz is the next car about to begin a lap here that could displace him off that pole position.
Yeah, what a great story that would be for Clenzo, who was in Tier 2 last season, to get pole position. I honestly don't think, just over a 10th, I don't think that will be enough to just swat away Danny at 31. He's just got under 2 minutes left to get back into the garage, change tyres, maybe reduce the fuel load. But I think he's got enough time. King Liam and Jolllyy, the top 5, as Antzmaz is about to start his lap 21 flat for Antzmaz as he enters 10-1, and now the pressure's really on Antzmaz. If he gets out-qualified, if the reigning champion gets out-qualified by his teammates, who's in Tier 2 last season, that's going to be spoken about a lot in the paddock. But we've got to watch out for guys like Active Beacon, Jolllyy, King Liam as well, who is still in the garage as well. Also, Ryan, Broomstein, maybe even Fat, who's just coming out the pits now. King Liam's on Kanji is on an outlap right now. Rampage hasn't even set a lap time yet, and Ian Boy as well in the other McLaren Renault. So this might be a very, very, very interesting last 2 minutes of qualifying.
Antzmaz was only half a tenth up in the first sector. He's now 2/10 up, but this isn't going to be enough to even challenge for pole position. He's got to improve by about 5-6 tenths here, and he's only 2/10 up in the middle over the first 2 sectors. So he's got to really put in a magnificent final sector if he wants to even challenge for pole position. So let's have a look at what Antzmaz will do around these final corners. It looks clean, it looks tidy. Will it be enough here for pole position? I don't think it will be for the reigning champion, and the reigning champion, I'd be surprised if he even gets into the top 3 here. As he comes across the line, what will his time be? In 3rd place, just in the top 3. But we've still got Chandler, Liam, Jolllyy yet to come. Antzmaz's session is all but over now. He will be 3rd or lower on the grid. Who else is starting a lap? Antiv is on a lap at the moment.
Danny.
Rosie has started a lap. Danny is on an outlap at the moment.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Probably flicking the camera quite a lot here. So let's go on board with Grumpy line up into 6th place actually, but let's go on board with Ante Beacon. He'll be the next to the big runners to cross the line at the end of his lap as he comes down towards
700 up.
9 and 10. 700 up on his personal best. That will not put him anywhere near Clenzo. Let's have a look at the middle sector though. He comes towards the split now. He's down in his time. Wow. He might not even improve. He might not even get into the top 7 here. I think it was unlikely he'll improve, but he could well get a couple tenths in his final sector. Very technical. Time can be lost here or gained very easily. Through the final sector we go. That's quite wide there at turn 13. Through turn 14 we go now. You got a bit of traffic ahead of King Liam. King Liam might struggle to make the start end of his lap, but no, he'll make it actually.
He will.
As around the final corner comes Ante Beacon. And he's no ERS down the straight. I think this lap's basically all but over. No improvement for Ante Beacon.
Yeah, it is.
So who's going to be next across the line?
Oh, King
Liam's off.
King
Liam's qualifying session is all but over, but Chandler is coming towards the end of his lap. He's 2 tenths up at the moment, so he's got chance at pole position. He's got to improve by another tenth in his final sector, and around the final corner he goes and towards the line. Is this going to be pole position for Chandler? It could well be. Only 3rd. Danny, he's down in the first sector on his personal best, but let's have a look at the middle sector. He's even further down. He's 2 tenths down. Jolllyy, what about Jolllyy? How's Jolllyy doing? I actually don't know what his first 2 sectors were. This could be a miracle of a lap or a terrible lap. A tenth quicker. I think this is going the way of Clenzo, you know, as here comes Jolllyy across the line.
Yes!
No. Jolllyy on pole position. Wow, what a final sector from Jolllyy there. From a 10th up in towards pole position. Danny around the final corner now. He's 2 tenths down his personal best. Can he displace Clenzo off the front row? I don't think so, but let's have a look. No, he can't.
Wow.
So it's a front row start though for Clenzo, and it's not the story we all wanted, but it's a brilliant story nonetheless. From being P5 the highest result last season to now being on the front row for RFL Australia in season 4. That is a story and a half, and just imagine the scenes of who can win this race. Jolllyy takes pole position though, and the fastest lap point along with it. Great drive by Jolllyy. Great lap by Jolllyy.
Yeah, fastest lap.
That's what I meant. But just look at that final sector. He improved by 3 tenths in that final sector, and compared to Clenzo, he was a 10th up in that final sector. That final sector really meant a lot, as they are crashing into Bunsen.
31,
just missing out the top 10 was Vapid, Ian Boy, and Bunsen. They're going to be able to have a free choice of tyres. I think they're going to be ones to watch in the race, because this grid is super competitive. You can see how close all the times were here, and I think this is going to be one of the best seasons we've had for a while.
Yeah, I'm actually shocked about the 2 racing points. I think that is Rampage and Briz. Yeah, pretty much 22-3 and 21-6 for the 2 racing points. But look how close the top 2 were. Pretty much 400ths of a second, I think, between Clenzo and Jolllyy. So that final sector for Jolllyy made a massive difference as well. Chandler in 4th place from the American, the reigning champion in 5th place, 2 tenths down, just ahead of Liam as well. Nomad 10th place as well, and Lion in 7th. So Danny, Clenzo, and Jolllyy, the first 3, all in different teams, and Jolllyy officially right now is the leader in the championship because he's got the pole position. But can he produce a race victory? We just don't know yet.
What a qualifying session that was though, and I mean, I don't know how to predict this. I mean, I did mention Jolllyy, the pre-season favourite, well, in most people's opinion that I've see. He is on pole position, so that's a good start from the season by him, but I bet everybody who's watching this, who knows RFL and watched both tiers, will be shocked by this result here. On the front row is Clenzo, but here's the race now, and here's really the most important bit, because this is where all but 1 point is scored of the weekend, because obviously the pole position point. So I would say all the points are scored on Sunday, but it's not in RFL, because you got the pole position point. But for now, like, most of the points are scored on Sunday and the race day. And now we're really going to see, can Clenzo compete in race trim? I mean, I don't want to put pressure on him, but this could well be one of the most great stories in RFL history that we're watching here. On the third row, second row as well, we got Chandler, who's making his debut into RFL, so that's very, very good performance by him in P4, and then Danny, he's keeping strong in P3, Antzmaz in P5, also quite strong as well. Liam as well, keeping his usual strong form in P6. So we really got any of the top 6, I feel, can win this race. I don't know what you think.
Yeah, definitely anything can happen, and that's what's the exciting bit about this race. Literally anything can happen with Danny, Clenzo, and Jolllyy. Like, there might be a massive 10-1 like collision like there were last season or season 2 even. Like, anything can happen. Like, Clenzo can jump Jolllyy, Danny can jump both of them, ERL Antzmaz and Chandler can get involved, Liam as well, plus safety cars as well. I would say stuff about the weather, but honestly, like, I don't think it's going to rain.
It looks dry.
So I think it's going to stay, I'm just going to say, it's going to be dry the entire race. But literally anyone, in my opinion, out of the top 6 could win this race. But in my opinion, watch out for Antzmaz and maybe even Chandler in that Mercedes as well. But in my opinion, if Clenzo can get a good start and jump Jolllyy, he has a great chance to win this race.
Yep, definitely. I mean, I'd say like the strategy is going to be what it comes down to in the end. Obviously, most people are in the one stop, at least in the top 10. It's going to be interesting to see how they go about it. Also, outside top 10, Vapid, Ian Boy, Bunsen, Briz, and Rampage are on the mediums. Callum and Pepsi on the hards, whilst Adam is on softs. So interesting mix of strategy there as well, I guess. I haven't seen that all the medium runners are going to try and do the 2-stop, and all the hard runners are going to try and do the 1-stop, but I'm not sure. 2-stop can work here. We saw it in the Tier 2 race with Cheetah, but then Cheetah was extremely fast that race in general. He was a bit out of position, so I'm not sure what the best strategy is here. I think it's definitely the 1-stop because it did not work for our second place man, the 2-stop in Tier 2. So we'll find out now. We've got 29 laps ahead of us here. Jolllyy on pole position, Clenzo in second place, Danny, Chandler, third and fourth. Then we've got Antzmaz, reigning champion in P5. Who will come out on top in RFL Australia? The lights are about to come on ahead of us, and it's Jolllyy and the Williams on the right-hand side of your screen. Clenzo on the left. Who's going to get a better start? 5 lights ahead of the drivers, and we're away here in Australia for RFL Season 4. Clenzo getting a slower start than Jolllyy, and already under pressure a little bit. Jolllyy gets the lead in towards turn 1. We've got Chandler on the inside of Danny there towards turn 1 as well, but Chandler didn't get past. King Liam got past Antzmaz early on, and there's a Renault slower down at the side as well. I think he might have a bit of front wing damage. Red Bull and the King Liam and Antzmaz fighting there in the background as Danny gets around the outside of Chandler, who tried to put a bit of pressure on him. Antzmaz still on the inside of Liam though. Liam forced out a little bit wide, defending that position with all his might as Antzmaz, and Antzmaz gets the position. It's Gumpy line now all over the back of King Liam. Great fight here for 5th place early on, as Clenzo keeps the position behind, putting Jolllyy under a bit of pressure, pulling a little gap to Danny already, it looks like, as they all file through. Jolllyy, Clenzo, Danny, Chandler, Antzmaz, Liam, Grumpy Line, Rosie, Beacon, Nomad and Vapid. Pretty much the same order as they started at the moment in the top 10, so not anything dramatic happening so far, but they've got 29 laps to change that all. Anything you make at the start?
Pretty much no one's changed positions apart from Adam. He's been from 14th to 12, also Callum G as well. It was great battle there. I think that's for 10th place, I think. I'm not really sure. Massive. Oh, Vapid in the Renault. Well, I think he's got damage. I think Vapid's got damage. Yeah, it does look like, I can't really see if he has got damage or not.
Yeah,
but
I think he has, because I saw Renault at the edge of turn 2 going quite slowly at the side. I think maybe he picked up damage or something and hit the wall. But Jolllyy leads out through lap 1 as Pepsi up into the pits, so he's got a bit of damage. Jolllyy leads after lap 1. He's already pulled a second on Clenzo, as Clenzo's already under pressure from Danny a little bit in the McLaren. So a good qualifying from Clenzo is not going into early race pace, but we still got, that was only the first lap, not really representative race pace. This is where you settle down now, get into a rhythm and see what your race pace is. But Jolllyy is already pulling ahead, and Clenzo's got to try and stay close to him. The gap was only 400ths in qualifying, and surely they'll be a bit close. They'll be a bit closer than a second in the race. But Danny putting Clenzo under all sorts of pressure in these early opening stages here.
Yeah, the main focus of the first early part of the race is just try and get a rhythm and just make sure you don't make any mistakes. Because remember, the cars are the closest in the first couple of laps. You make a mistake, you spin out. That's gonna go into a bit of domino effect.
Here comes Danny.
Danny around the outside.
Danny around the outside.
What a move!
That was a good move there by Danny. Down into turn 13. He got the straight line speed, not DRS required there, and he breezed around the outside there of Clenzo. Great move by Danny, and now Clenzo's coming under pressure from Chandler here in the Mercedes. Beacon and Adam have come together down turn 14. Beacon was running 9th, Adam in 10th, I think, and Ian Boyd's gone up into 10th place as a result. And Vapid under pressure from Callum, attacking Callum here for P11. Nothing happening there, but now on the exit of turn 2, down towards turn 3, there could be a move on here. Around the outside, this could be risky.
He's lost the position. He's lost fair place to Chandler, and that's what I was talking about.
And here comes Liam around the outside as well. Down on Antzmaz as he gets the move done on Antzmaz. Great opportunistic driving from Kit Liam there, but the mistake from Clenzo led to that. Antzmaz trying to get aggressive, and here comes Clenzo back at Antzmaz, back through on his teammate, and Clenzo is now that lead Alfa Romeo once again. But Clenzo's just dropping back early on here. I think he's struggling for race pace as Antzmaz almost lost it there, as Lions on the back of them got the great view of this Alfa Romeo inter-team battle here. Antzmaz to the inside of turn 13. Can't do anything.
Wow, this race has really picked up already. But this is what I was saying. You've got to watch out for the rear of the car, especially the rear tyres. Those soft tyres do go off after 1, 2, 3 laps. Like if you see the Tier 2 race, like that's what cost me a couple of positions. Just the rear tyres. Just the rear of the car is all over the place for this first couple of laps, especially since the track's getting faster. The track temperature is scorching
There
hot.
goes Rosie on Grumpy Lion, and up the inside it goes, and up into P7. Good move there by Rosie. But he's going to come under pressure again, maybe with slipstream for Grumpy Lion and DOS as well. But no, he can't do anything, and Grumpy Lion stays in P8. Rosie up into P7, but he's gone wide. And there goes Grumpy Lion round the outside of turn 4, being pushed wide and up the inside of turn 5. And that's the position back for Grumpy Lion and Toro Rosso. Good move from the Toro Rosso man. And we've got this battle though between the two Alfa Romeos still brewing. Antzmaz still on the back of his teammate, and he's got the run down towards turn 9, but he can't get the move done. He stays in P6 sorry, for a little bit longer, and he's got a good run here though, out of turn 10, down towards turn 11. It surely is too risky to do it here on his teammate. Their teammate's
what a move!
And he gets the move done though, and brilliant work there by Antzmaz, but he's under pressure now from Clenzo, who's got a better run through the chicane, but he can't make a move, and he's stuck behind his teammate. Maybe just a bit of team play there. And Antzmaz loses the car, and on the inside comes Clenzo, but he can't try the move. It's a bit too far back and doesn't want to risk any sort of accident early on here. He's still battling for points, remember.
Yeah, the two Alfa Romeos are battling a lot, but they're costing each other time. Look at the gap between Antzmaz and King Liam, and then from King Liam to Chandler. That's already probably just half 10 seconds, probably 6 seconds already. That's a lot of race time already between the two Alfa Romeo drivers. Lion is now catching up as Nomad as a penalty as well. Rosary gets the first time penalty of the RFL season. But look at this train between Clenzo and Antzmaz, and Clenzo's rear tyres are surely shot right now. Let's see Clenzo. Yeah, he's in low ERS mode, so I can't really tell about the fuel. I think he might be on standard or high, depending on how much fuel he's putting in the car. But you've got to think this is just inevitability that Lion and Rosary and maybe Nomad will try and overtake Clenzo as soon as possible. And hopefully Antzmaz just can get out of there. Let's see the back end again. Just really letting go of Clenzo. I don't think Lion will overtake him into the quick chicane, or he won't. Liam for the penalty.
Liam penalty, and Grumpy Lion as well. So penalties really starting to roll in now. As here comes Rosie on the back of line onto the grass. He goes to try and make the move, but he had to back off there. Otherwise, that would have ended in a wall, and that would have ended in a DNF. Good work there by Rosie to back out of that and be sensible. And probably a good save actually in the end as well. He probably did lose the car a little bit. As Liam is closing on Chandler for the podium position of P3. And even though Antzmaz got ahead of Clenzo, Clenzo's not losing touch, he's still with it a second. Don't know whether it's inter-team play to keep Clenzo ahead of Lion and Rosie by giving DRS. Not sure, but Grumpy Lion's not sitting close anymore.
This might be
here comes Rosie.
Down the inside there it is. Great move there from Lion, gets pushed wide a little bit. And that is the position for Rosary into P7. And now the two Alfa Romeos there are going to fight the boy, getting 3 positions in that. Let's see what Liam's doing. He's catching up, I think. Has he catched up? He was catching.
He was catching up, but he lost a bit of time in the first sector of this lap. He's dropped 3 tenths in the first sector, 4 tenths now. So that's time lost. But Danny's closing on Jolllyy, and we could well see a battle for the lead very soon. The gap is now DOF range. I mean, it wasn't in the detection zone, but look at this now. The front team separated by 6 tenths of a second as Clenzo picked up the first penalty of the race on lap 6 for himself. But a lot of drivers picking up penalties early on, but none of the top 3 yet have picked up penalties, which is good for the battle for the win. As Jolllyy versus Danny is what you're watching on your screen right now. And actually Rosie is on the back of Clenzo here for P6 on the straight now. I think Clenzo has DOS, he does have DOS just. Liam's in the pits, so early pit stop there.
What's that for? That's the mediums. Or hards, hard. Hard tyres for
hard
Liam then.
So we'll be going to the end I think he's trying to trigger an undercut here on Chandler, maybe even Danny and Jolley if they don't react, because I don't think they're going to know without someone telling them. So it's possible now that Danny and Jolley could get undercut here, but it's definitely risk now for Chandler. Chandler's got to push to try and avoid this undercut, and he might be forced into a pit stop earlier than he wants, because the game does recommend lap 8, so he could well be forced into a early pit stop, which he doesn't want to make. So we'll find out as
running outside. No.
Yeah, he can't do it at the moment. Clenzo doing a great job of holding them up and really doing a favour for his teammate at the moment, who would come under pressure from these guys, I think, if Clenzo did lose this position, because these guys look so much faster at the moment, and Clenzo's tight. You can see her worn off, as here comes Danny right on the back of Jolley now. Surely he's going to try an undercut now, because he's in a perfect position to try it. He's only 3 tenths behind, as Grumpy Alliance got past Clenzo there, and Flying Rosie as well. We missed what happened there. Danny's in the pit, so this is the race lead pretty much. The undercut attempt is happening, and Chandler stays out as well. Antzmaz in the pits for the Alfa Romeo team, so not really helping his teammate, because I bet his teammate wanted to pit there. And Clenzo has to continue for another lap, and he's now stuck behind Grumpy Lion and Rosie. He's slipped down the order since the start of this race. He started P2, and he's now P5 at a provisional P8.
Yeah, Danny has performed the overcut on, well, King Liam wanted the undercut on Danny. Pepsi's left the session, that's unfortunate. Where's Pepsi? Yeah, he's left the session, I think he disconnected. But Liam tried
to try and invite him back, because you're not streaming?
Yeah, okay, I will do. I don't even know if I have them on the friends list.
Just type his name in. But yeah, just looking at the, I'm going to just quickly pop up the lap time screen. So Jolley's a second and a half down on his personal best at the moment, which isn't really a good in-lap. And actually Chandler is catching. Chandler's catching quite quickly, actually. And let's just switch the gap to the leader. So Danny is 21 behind, and King Liam's 23.7 behind. So I think it's possible Jolley could lose the lead, and Chandler could well lose the net P3 he had. Chandler actually stays out while Jolley is coming to the pit, so I'm going to watch Danny as he comes round the final few corners of the lap here, and we'll see what tyres Jolley goes on to on the screen
probably
here,
medium,
which is...
Let's
it
see.
should be the hard, so
hard.
It's not.
Hard
combine tyres gone.
Wow, speeding in the pit lane.
Oh, this race is just going bad for worse for him. As Danny comes towards the first corner. He's in the lead of the race now, the net race lead, as Jolley emerges behind Callum G, who is yet to stop. And here comes King Liam on the back of Jolley, and this could well be Jolley losing not only the net P1, but a net P2 here, because King Liam is now on the back of him, and Callum G holding Jolley up is not going to help, because Callum G's defending the inside.
What a move.
In towards turn 4. Jolley has to go around the outside. Great move there. Now Liam's all over the back of Callum G, has to back off a little bit, but Liam's got to get this move done if he wants to challenge Jolley the next few laps. Through the end of sector 1 we go, down towards turn 8 now, so we're going through, and in towards the inside comes King Liam on Callum G. He makes the position, and he gets the move done. He's now up into P8, and he's now going to have to try and chase down after Jolley. This is for a net P1, 2, 3 between Danny, Jolley and Liam, and it's a close battle between all of them.
Yeah, definitely. As Tiro Pepsi rejoins the session. Let's see if Flying Rosary comes back into the pit lane. No, he's actually staying out for another lap time. Wow. So he's going 10 laps on those soft tyres, and you've got to think, as Chandler as well is going to go longer as well, they're going to have the advantage, but the disadvantage as well. That Ian Boy, let me just see who's pitted so far. So let's see.
Vapid could come into the pits, by the way. He was on the mediums. Vapid was on the mediums, not the softs. So Chandler and Rosie have made it further on these softs than Vapid could do on the mediums, which is quite interesting. They're doing really well on their tyres, but are they doing too much wear on these tyres? And is it going to bite them on track position when they do come out the pits? At the moment, the gap to Danny net P1 is 16.9 seconds. And we saw Jolley lose the lead when he was only 21 seconds behind with Danny on Jolley. So Chandler at the moment will come out in P4, net P4, but
maybe
a long
P5.
way behind King Liam.
Yeah, maybe even P5
Antzmaz
picks up
is
pace.
next, so if Antzmaz picks up the pace, Chandler could well lose a lot of time here, but then he'll have the fresher tyres. But those hards are quite low wearing. Will it make a huge difference? I'm not sure. We'll have to see how this race unfolds. Or maybe he's going to try and stretch out the stint to go on the mediums. Is he going to come in the pits? He does come into the pits, so I don't think that's going to be the case. As what happened about Jolllyy. Jolllyy stays out again for another lap. So Jolllyy will go through and take the lead of this race. And he's going to be our new race leader. And Ian Boy goes up into second place. Brumson on the podium now, but obviously not legitimate as they have not stopped yet. Chandler now coming out of the pits.
Oh, wait.
No, mediums.
Oh, yeah, that's a glitch then. The tyre glitched back. As Jolllyy sets the fast lap of the race, he's got a massive battle up here but on the Red Bull. That's Rampage and Antzmaz. Reigning champion gets past Antzmaz here. Anything else happening? Vapid starting to catch up to Nomad. I think Nomad undercut him in the pit stops. But yeah, the Renner boy is not doing that well so far. 17th and 14th. That's a bit of a disappointment for Active Beacon and Fat Recruit. So Rosary, Ian Boy, Brumson, and Cam G and Rampage. As Lion gets past the Rampage. I think Rampage let him past.
Yeah, Lion's done much better than I was expecting pre-season. I didn't expect him to be as quick as he is. He's done very well. He's in a net P6 at the moment because, remember, it's actually for the lead. Jolllyy is becoming under pressure from Ian Boy and Brumson, who are on the medium compound strategy.
Jollyy's got a penalty.
These tyres are done. Yep, Jollyy's got a penalty. Briz has got a penalty as well. So our P2 man at the moment, net P2, has got a penalty. As Jolllyy finally comes to the pits, he was losing so much time there. Where will he come out? I think he's going to come out way down in towards probably, I'm thinking, behind Clenzo or maybe even Nomad at the moment. I think he extended his stint way too long. Yeah, and we'll have to see where he comes out.
I think he made a mistake. Going too long as he comes out on mediums again, and this is going to drop him way down the order. I think, let's see, 8th, 9th. There goes Lion. Lion's passed. Let's see, he's going to join in between Lion and Clenzo. There's a massive fight going on between Clenzo and Rampage and Nomad as well. That's very interesting. So the only guys to not stop is now Ian Boy, who's on the medium tyres, and Brumson as well on the medium. So they're going to go long. And then, as there's to pit, Danny will take the lead back.
Yep, so you're looking now at your provisional race leader. He isn't currently in the lead, but he is your net race leader. And he's currently looking quite comfortable. He is losing time though to Jolllyy behind, who's on a lap fresher tyres, but not a huge amount. The gap is maintaining around 1.5 to 2 seconds. It's the lower end of that now at 1.4. Oh no, 1.7, sorry. I was looking at the wrong thing. King Liam is to keep in touch with this group as well, and we'll have to watch for Chandler's pace over the next few laps. He's now on the medium compound tyres. How long is he going to go on these tyres? I'm not sure. He could well go for a long time on these tyres. By that I mean to the end of the race, or he could well be trying to two-stop. We'll have to see how he does, but he did extend his first stint a long way, and I would be surprised if he's doing the two-stop considering how far he extended the stint. I think he is trying a very risky strategy for track position.
Yeah, definitely. I just want to point out, Brumson is actually closing the gap to Ian Boy here. Obviously, this doesn't make a difference since both of them hasn't pit yet, but 2 tenths now is the gap between Brumson and the Ian Boy marks. Let's see who else is close. King Liam is closing to Jolllyy, so that's for a second place. And then you've got a massive battle for, what is that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th, 8th place between Clenzo, Rosary and Lion as well. And maybe even Antzmaz. But I think Antzmaz starts to catch up the pace. But Chandler, brand new soft tyres, is starting to catch to King Liam, who's catching to Jolllyy. And I don't think Jolllyy is really catching to Danny. And look at this now, the top 2. Brumson is so close right now. I think he might get the move done if he doesn't pick this up.
I think we should watch King Liam versus Jolllyy because they're even closer, and this is for a net P2. The gap is 5/10 of a second. Well, I mean, it was a bit lower just a second ago. As they come now down around the final corner and onto the straight. Can King Liam make a move with DRS and Slipstream? Maybe not into turn 1, but perhaps down towards turn 3 if he gets a good run through here. Definitely that's possible. And through turn 1 and 2 we go. Yellow flag from sector 3.
No,
I see anybody dropping down too much. Nomad, is it?
I think it was Nomad. I think he just spun the car or something and made a mistake. Vapid's even taking Nomad now, so I think just half spun the car and just got control again. But
Clenzo on Grumpy line around the outside, down towards turn 3. He makes a bit of contact with the car, but he gets away with it. Danny's picked up a penalty. So like Jolllyy, like King Liam, he's picking a penalty. And there goes King Liam. He got up the inside of turn 8 and he's got the position on Jolllyy. He's now in a net P2 and King Liam has got ahead of the pole man, but he's laid a little squirm on the exit of turn 10. And now Jolllyy has got an opportunity down towards turn 11, but 12, sorry, but he decides to go against it. And now out of turn 11-12. Can he get a move done? I think he's dropped a bit too far back now. And I don't think a move's possible as the leaders at the moment are very close together between Ian Boy and Brunson. But that isn't for real position in terms of the lead. It's for probably I'd say about 10th, 11th positions.
yeah, Adam gets a penalty even as the top 2 still haven't hit, so they're going to go massively long. They're going to fall to that's 9th, 10th, 11th, probably, maybe, if they continue to fight. I think, Jolllyy is still.
At the moment, they'll come out about 9th and 10th, I think. When everyone moves up. So here comes Jolllyy down the inside. As King Liam seems to have backed off there and just let Jolllyy through.
He's got damage.
Yellow flag in sector 3. And there's no man out of the race. First retirement on lap 15. I'm not sure.
I think he's crashed in the pit lane. Yeah, let's see.
Oh, yeah, I see. If you have a look on the right-hand side of your screen now, ladies and gentlemen, he's there. He just despawned. And disappointment for Nomad. After qualifying in the top 10, he was very... He said to in the chat before this race that he would be very surprised if he did that. And he did get into the top 10, but he could not keep it in the race after DNFing. But he was on for some points, probably, if he didn't have that spin and then that crash coming into the pits. Disappointment for Nomad. And hopefully he'll be back next week in Bahrain, even stronger. As this battle between King Liam and Jolllyy still continues at the moment, but King Liam has lost quite a bit of time in the last lap or so to Jolllyy.
Yeah, Antzmaz gets another penalty. It's very hard to see if King Liam has damage. I don't think he does. I think he's very lucky to not get damage. Can't see anything on the front wing, so he hasn't got damage. I don't know why he let Jolllyy through then. I think he might have hit the wall on the entry into 3 the previous lap. Let's see, Antzmaz is just over a second ahead of Flying Rosary, who just the fast lap there, and Rosary is flying on that new set of soft tyres. Meanwhile, we've got a bit of a battle going on between Lion and Clenzo. That's for 9th place. Let's see if Clenzo can get past Lion. It's going to be beautiful. Well, Liam gets another penalty. Wow, okay. So now Liam's 5th place is now, well, that's technically net 3rd place. That's not under risk because Chandler is now catching the yellow flag in sector 1. Adam's pitted. And active beacon, and who's that, Rampage, or who's that? Man.
Yeah, Rampage ahead. Why? What happened? Active beacons, I think, giving up. He just broke randomly there. There goes Alan, or SO Ninjas, formerly known as Season 1 champion, goes past Anti-Beacon there. As I think Anti-Beacon's race is all but over now. Only 2 are Pepsi behind, who's had a misery of a race himself. As there goes Clenzo, past Grumpy Lion. Round the outside he go and in towards turn 13 there. We missed that move, so apologies, but what a move it looked to be. Around the outside of turn 13, and he's kept the position, but sliding through these corners. Will he be able to hold it down towards turn 1 and 3 on this lap with DRS for Grumpy Line behind? I don't think he's going to hold it in towards turn 1 as Clenzo tries to have a low look to the inside to defend, but he can't do it. And there goes Grumpy Line to the inside. That's an easy move there for Grumpy Line. back on Clenzo, and now Clenzo's going to try and have a little look back down towards turn 3, but with DRS for Lion and not Clenzo, I think this move is going to be very difficult, and it is, and it doesn't happen, and Clenzo is in P10, Lion in P9, and that's going to be the way it stays for a little while longer, as Anti-Beacon has, I think, slowed down even more. He's got huge front wing damage on the left-hand side of it, and he's gone into the wall.
He should just
think he's about to retire.
Yeah, that's a bit of a shame. The fact that Beacon, no, he's not. Why is he? He should retire, because now that's going to be in danger of the front runners, and that's the last thing he wants to do, get in the way of the front runners. I think he might have retired, I'm not really sure, but he's one lap down, and that's a terrible weekend for the Renault driver. Now he's just doing donuts, so Active Beacon is officially out of the conversation.
Oh, Ian Boy is.
Yep, Ian Boy is in after 16 laps of the soft tyres. Danny is caught up to the leaders, obviously, who haven't stopped. Let's see where Ian Boy comes in, number 57, smartly dressed, and that is the soft tyres. Wow. So Ian Boy is now going pretty much, what is that, 10, 11 laps on the soft tyres. Can they go that long without? Yeah. Can they go that long without fading out? He's just going to join behind Liam, Lion and Clenzo. Yeah, so just
ahead of Clenzo.
Yeah, but I think Clenzo is going to be hounding him all over. Let's see if he tries to move around the outside. Does Clenzo? No, he doesn't. So Ian Boy gets 9th place on those soft tyres. Let's see what Clenzo can do. He's going to be flying for his first 5-6 laps. Anyway, Danny, I think, is about to catch up to Broomson, but Broomson is a pit stop down as Adam sets the fast lap. He will get a point if that is the case. So let's see what's happening here. We've got a battle here. Obviously, Antzmaz is catching to Rosary, and if not, Smogs, they can see.
And now I'm just watching Ian Boy, because obviously he's going to be much quicker than Lion at the moment. Ian Boy, if this strategy works, what a strategy it will be, because he could well even challenge for 6th place. I can see him doing here, easy. As here come he goes on Grumpy Lion, he looks to the inside, he can't do it, he locks up there. What's happened?
I thought he got damage on the front wing. I thought there was contact, but no, he just moved a little bit later. Yeah.
There was contact there though.
No damage, doesn't look like.
Yeah, I don't think there was any damage. Bumson stayed out for another lap, by the way. As here comes Ian Boy, with DRS now down the straight to the inside he goes. That's what he had to do, that's what he's done. He's got up into P8 now, and now he's trying to make sure he doesn't get the switchback, which had happened. And here comes Lion, back at him again, a bit of contact, a bit of push and shove between them both, as Grumpy Lion has fallen back to P9, but on the inside, can't keep the position. Clenzo's now going to try and pounce. He can't do it, as Grumpy Lion still trying to find a way back past Ian Boy. But I think this is the fight that Lion and Clenzo should get involved with. Ian Boy on those soft combine tyres, which are very, very, very fresh and very quick.
Yeah, definitely. As Danny is now just under half a second of overtaking Broomson for the official lead of this race. He's the net race leader, but if he overtakes Broomson, he will be the official race leader. Obviously, Broomson hasn't pit in yet, and he's already starting to make a gap towards Jolllyy, and there he goes. So Broomson is in, and Danny is your official race leader of the Australian Grand Prix. Rampage is gone. Wow, so what's happened to Rampage?
Broomson 5-second penalty for being in the pit lane.
Safety car! Oh wow!
Oh wow, and look at Broomson on those soft compound tyres. Broomson can win this race. I honestly think that's possible. Broomson can win this race now. He's come in the pits, he's on soft compound tyres, he's in 4th position.
Liam's in as well.
At the exit of the pits. Liam's in, but on the mediums. Ian Boy comes through and takes 5th position. What a finale we could have here, with Danny in the lead, Jolllyy 2nd, Chandler 3rd, but Broomson from somewhere low on the grid, 13th place on the grid I think it was. Let me have a look. Yeah, 13th place on the grid.
Wow.
He could win this race after a dramatic safety car. Broomson has been put into the perfect position to win here. Or at least take the lead.
Danny and Jolllyy got caught out massively. They're still on the medium tyres, and they're behind the safety car. So
it came out when they were on the straight.
Yeah.
So they're going to come out a long way down.
If they pit, they're probably going to be last. Wow, that sucks to be Danny and Jolllyy, who Jolllyy got pole position. Danny's just taking the official lead. And wow, that's so interesting now. So if they pit, they're going to be at a massive disadvantage tyre-wise. Like that's played perfectly to Bruce and Ian Boy as well. Let's see.
Ian Boy
gained
left
place.
because he's on 2-lap old tyres, but yeah, Vapid gained on Clenzo as Clenzo pitted. And actually, no, I think Clenzo just got held up by his teammate, actually, which is why he's now behind Vapid, which I think is a bit strange. So I think it is because he got held up. But it's interesting, some drivers don't have fresh mediums. King Liam, Grumpy Align and Vapid don't have fresh mediums, and they're all on, don't have fresh softs, and they're all on medium combine tyres. Will that be a disadvantage in the end? I'm not sure. But it's now Bumson. What will the front three do? They all stay out as expected. But Chandler, Jolllyy and Danny have all driven brilliant races, and they might not even finish in the top 5 here the way it's going at the moment. They've got some defending to do, and if any of them stay on the podium, this will be one of the greatest drives of their career, because they're on old tyres and they've got a hungry hound of fresh tyres behind them. So they are going to have one hell of a job on their hands to hold on to these podium positions.
Yeah, definitely. So Danny, Jolllyy, obviously there's 8 laps to go, so obviously you've got to stay out on those mediums, like no matter what. But the thing is, they're going to be hounded, especially Danny, 1 lap older tyres than Jolllyy as well on those mediums. But like Brunson, if he has the pace, Ian Boy, he has the pace, especially in previous seasons. King Liam as well. So let's see. So Brunson, Ian Boy, Rosie, Antzmaz, then you've got Clenzo, Briz, County G, Pepsi, and Adam. Obviously, Adam's out the race by now, he's just pitted again. All on fresh, soft tyres. Then Liam, Line, and Vapid all on fresh, medium tyres. As it's massive pack now. Oh! Massive spin off there. I think that's Vapid. No, it's not. No, it's not. Wait. No, it's not. It's Active Beacon. Sorry, my bad. I thought that was Vapid. But that's Active Beacon getting away. I don't know why Beacon doesn't retire from this race. It's a bit of a danger. Callum, I think, is boosted. Don't know what's happened to Callum there. Very interesting there.
No, he's fine for me. Yeah, he's fine for me. But I just want to mention, Danny was not robbed here, but the win was taken away from him in the last few laps by a charging Leopard.
He could still win this race.
And I think we could well see a similar situation. There could be a charging Brunson, a charging Ian Boy, a charging Liam at the end of this race. It could steal the victory away from Danny. And what heartbreak it will be for him after missing out so cruelly on last season's victory. He could well miss out on this one. Let's have a look though as they go down the straight to start lap 22. Safety car will be in at the end of lap 22. So this lap now that we are on, Danny's just started. So we got one more lap under safety car, and then we're back underway racing, and we then have a 7-lap shootout between some great drivers and an interesting prospect we have on our hands. Is what's going on further back with Ian Boy and King Liam. Positions briefly there.
Yeah, you're not allowed to overtake on the safety car yellow flag, so I don't know what's happened there. I don't know if King Liam made a mistake there or something, or I don't know, but I think that's just reset itself. I found that weird how they even announced the safety cars coming in at the beginning of the lap. They usually announce it probably entering the last sector, so that's very weird, but I think that's probably different.
Maybe it's a glitch, I don't know.
Yeah, it's probably
it's not a huge glitch anyway, so it's not a big deal. I say that now and then this car just never comes in on
the penalty.
Actually,
wow. Collision with Ian Boy. Okay, what's happened there? He's got a time penalty for...
Maybe it was delayed because they're nowhere near each other at the moment, and there goes King Liam across the grass. Do you want to just quickly check penalties of Brunson and Ian Boy, because so Brunson has 1.5 seconds for speed in the pit lane. I forgot about that.
Wow.
He picked up a 5 second, but he's not got
Ian Boy doesn't have a penalty. Ian Boy doesn't have a penalty. Wow. Okay.
Chandler doesn't either. Chandler actually is in a good position right now. He hasn't got a penalty while the other rivals of his do.
Liam's retired.
But we're about to go under racing, and Liam is out of the race. But we're about to go under. Not sure what happened with him there. Yeah, he must be annoyed about that. But we're about to go racing again here in Australia. We've got 7 laps left in this race, and we have got the top 3 very vulnerable here on old tyres with everyone else on fresh tyres. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. 7 laps to go, and Danny leads the way out of the final corner. He's about to come accelerating away.
Here we go.
Here we go. We're green again. Danny leads from Jolllyy, from Chandler, from Brunson, from Ian Boy, from Rossi. Rossi on the back. Brunson already on the back of Chandler, already all over the back of him. Can he make a move down towards turn 1? No. But what about turn 3? If he can get a good run through here on cold tyres, maybe he can get a run through. As there's first things was left of session. But here comes Brunson towards Chandler. He can't make a move. Jolllyy also having a look at Danny there in the background. But Flying Rossi at the moment is on the back of Ian Boy and looks quite hungry as well. So you've got Brunson though. This is the man you want to watch at the moment. This is the man who could win this race. Towards the inside he goes on Chandler. He can't make a move there. But now down towards turn 8 would go through now. This could be an overtaking opportunity down towards turn 9. Look at Jolllyy in front. He's having a look at Danny on the outside. He can't make a move. And now he switches back a little bit on turn 10. But he still can't make a move. And then on the inside now of the long left-hander. But he can't make a move, and now we have to wait till turn 11 and 12. And there goes Brunson down the inside of turn 11. This is risky. Can he do it? No. Yes, no he can't. But now on the slipstream, he could get a move done down towards turn 13. Chandler defends the inside. Brunson around the outside. He can't make a move, but on the switchback maybe he can. Can he make a move on the switchback? He's got the better run. He's on the inside of turn 14. And it looks like he's going to make the move. He's got the move done. And Chandler can't respond. He's made a contact. Brunson's been spun round. Chandler is dropped down to 9th place. Ian Boy's now up into 3rd place. And Ian Boy's the man now in the prime position to take this position. As there's a huge crash in the background. Brunson's out of the race.
Oh no. That's a massive shame. Oh no.
And there's teammates in the pits as well. So disaster for Haas after potentially getting some points, being on for some points here. But now Ian Boy's the man to watch. He's 2 seconds behind Jolllyy and Danny. And he could well take the win here. He's on the soft compound tyres. He hasn't got any penalties. All he has to do is stay within 3 seconds. As Antzmaz picks up another penalty. This safety car's really mixed things up.
We could have a McLaren 1-2 if Ian Boy catches Jolllyy. If Danny wants to play team orders and holds up Jolllyy to the point where Ian Boy overtakes Jolllyy, like there's enough time. We could have a McLaren run a 1-2 in the first race of the season. Flying Rosie could have a podium as well. But guess who's the biggest winner out of all this? Look at Fappin in 7th place on pretty much fresh, what is that, mediums? Yeah, fresh mediums.
Mediums, yeah.
It says,
but look at Clenzo behind.
Oh.
Clenzo behind on the outside towards turn 13. He's going to make a move. He can't make a move though and make it stick.
Yeah.
And he has to stay behind.
Yeah, definitely. Let's see, Ian Boy just getting closer and closer to Jolllyy right now. And those medium tyres are starting to fade away. And I think those soft tyres as well are starting to end the life existence. Beacon gets another penalty. Don't know why he's still in the lobby. He's a lap down. He should retire. I think that's the best thing to do. But, you know, who cares? But anyway, Antzmaz, 5th place. It's been a decent drive from him today. Let's see, Vapid Lion. Look at this battle here for what's that? P5, P6. Lion
and DeVito.
Oh,
never mind. I just saw the 10 second. I was like, oh my god, someone got a 10-second penalty. I was just going to land to DQ. I was like, what's the point? Oh, Nomad's left. Oh, he was out of session. I forgot.
Yeah, oh, Clenzo is all over Vapid again. Pretty much. Let's see what Vapid does. It slightly goes defensive there. Very weird, but I think Clenzo might have the run. But Jollyy's 1 second now. Oh, okay. Things could get interesting, Morgs.
As it stands, Ian Boy is going to win this race though, because Ian Boy has no penalties. Jolllyy and Danny have 1 penalty each. So Ian Boy is, at the moment, is in the position to win the race. But look at Rossi. Rossi's right on the back of Ian Boy. Let's have a look at his penalties. I actually have no idea. Let's just put it on the screen for the screen.
Penalty.
Rossi has penalties. Vapid's got a penalty. Yep. But Rossi has a penalty. So Ian Boy could afford to lose his place. As long as he doesn't slip out 3 seconds of Danny, he will win this race. At the moment, What's going on?
No, contact
Chandler's
between
got past
Chandler-
Vapid.
Yeah, contact between Vapid and Chandler. I think Vapid has got damage. I think Chandler's got damage. The side by side in turn 1. Chandler's got the position. Round the outside. Yeah, that's the easy position for
I think
Chandler
Vapid came together with Clenzo. Clenzo's dropped down to 10th now. A long way behind
Ian Boy and
Vapid and Chandler.
Rosie. Now Antzmaz. Okay, this is getting interesting, Morgs.
Yeah, well, let's have a look at Antzmaz's penalties. Antzmaz has 2 penalties. So at the moment, Ian Boy's still in a position, but he does not want to be fighting. He wants to stay within 2 seconds of the leader. I'm going to put the leader graphic on so everyone can see the gap between Ian Boy and Danny. That's the important gap at the moment. If that stays within 3 seconds, Ian Boy will win this race. But you've got Jolllyy, you've got Antzmaz behind trying to get the position because they want to try and overtake Jolllyy and Danny themselves. They get extra positions. So this is an interesting battle now, as Jolllyy makes a little mistake there on the outside, saves the car very nicely, as Jolllyy is a bit too far behind there to make a move on Ian Boy. Ian Boy locking up there in turn 13. But I think Ian Boy is on track to win the first RFL race of season 4. There goes Jolllyy on the inside. There's a bit of contact there, but hard racing between them. That's how you do it, Chandler. And there goes Jolllyy. Now,
Both have DRS.
Ian Boy again. Ian Boy has DRS though, after picking it up off Jolllyy, I think. As Jollyy's now out on the back of Danny F31 once again. This could be an overtake for the lead here between Jolllyy and Danny. Now on this, because Jolllyy goes to the outside. And it's going to be P1 and a bit of contact, wheel rubbing. And Jolllyy loses the car a little bit, but keeps the position of P2 and doesn't gain the position away from Danny, but lost time to Ian Boy. And Ian Boy has closed in a little bit, and every time he does that, it decreases the chances that Jolllyy will be able to get away when Ian Boy's tyres fade, which surely has got to be soon, because those tyres are now going into about 11 laps old towards the end of this race, and despite 3 of those under safety car, that's surely a bit too much to really have good pace.
Yeah, definitely. Like, if Rosary has the pace, he could overtake both Ian Boy and Jolllyy. Like, depending on if he's got penalty. I think he's got a penalty.
Here comes Jolllyy coming down the inside. Goes down the inside, and he's going to get the position. Surely he forces Ian Boy a little bit wide, and he's going to get the position into turn 14. Ian Boy down to P4, and now Antzmaz is on him. Antzmaz to the inside. He can't get the position, but Ian Boy is in P4, is still in a position to win this race, so no stress yet for Ian Boy. Any warnings from him? He's got one more warning, so he's got one more warning before a penalty. He's got to keep it in the track limits on this last 2 laps. He's got a second he's going to afford to lose. Jolllyy though on the back of Danny. This could hold them both up and put Ian Boy right back into play again easily. Jolllyy on the back of Danny, inside outside. Danny defends the inside. Jolllyy to the outside.
No.
Can't get the move done.
Not going to get it done, no. Plus also, Jollyy's AI. Okay, what's happened there then? Why is he AI?
Rossie's going to get past him.
Second place.
And Jolllyy is going to get past his teammate. And Jolllyy now is in P2 with Ian Boy on the back of Jolllyy now, and he's getting held up here on Danny, and he might lose the potential win. He's got to get past Jolllyy, but Jollyy's now a normal again. Jolllyy is no longer an AI, but Jolllyy has lost time here. He's now back into P3, and Ian Boy is 2.7 behind Danny, so this could well be the win potentially lost for Danny, and Danny could well take the win here now. The dynamic of the race has changed. It looks like it's going to be a McLaren 1-2, but which McLaren's going to come out on top?
Looks like Danny right now, he's starting to pull away from second place. But meanwhile, I don't know if that's team orders from Williams. Obviously, Rosary and Jolllyy are teammates, so I don't know if that's team orders from Williams there to let Rosary pass. Like, he's considering the fresher tyres, maybe. Who knows? But look at, Antzmaz trying to go down the inside of the Ian Boy there. They both have DRS as we head into the final lap of the race, Mugs. Anything can
Gap
happen.
3.1 between Ian Boy and Danny. That's not enough for Ian Boy. He's got to hope Danny picks up another penalty, or he closes the gap by just a little bit. Having a look at Danny's penalties, he's one warning away from another penalty. So we've got to keep an eye on this gap. Jolllyy and the Flying Rossy, the inter-team battle for the Williams, they're still battling away. Ian Boy needs a huge favour here from Rossy. Just close in on Danny and just hold him up a little bit by battling, because at the moment the gap is 3 seconds between Ian Boy and Danny. That's not enough for Ian Boy. He's got to do less than 3 seconds. It's now 3.2. It looks like it's slipping out of Ian Boy's hands. it looked so good for him a few laps ago, and now it looks all wrong for him to take the win. He looks like he's going to take second place, but it looks like he's not going to win here. The yellow flag in sector 3, not sure who that's for, but it looks like it's all well over for Ian Boyd's winning chances. 3.3 now into the final sector. Let's ride on board with your race winner elect. I'm saying elect because it's not done yet.
Soon to be,
the final
maybe.
few corners. Through the final few corners now, he leads the two Williams. It looks like he's going to lead home though. A McLaren 1-2 as he comes round the penultimate corner, and the Season 2 champion looks as if he's kicked off RFL Australia and Season 4 in style, and he wins in Australia. He's going to lead home a McLaren 1-2 after the penalties of the Williams boys, and Ian Boyd comes home second place. He'll be gutted to miss out on the win, as Antzmaz, the Season 3 champion, takes P6 as Chandler steals P5 out penalties. Vapid cooped in P7. Grumpy Line in P8.
Wow.
Front row starter Clenzo in P9. The other
Wow.
tire also of Adam, or SO Ninjas, formerly known Season 1 champion, finishes P10. Pepsi in P11 will come home, and then Callum G, after a very quiet race, comes home in P12, and then Anta Beacon will come home in P14.
Did he get the fast lap,
the
though?
man who could have won today. Who got the fastest lap?
Yeah.
That's a good
He
point.
got the fast lap, yeah. It might have been Beacon.
Anta Beacon, but he's out of top 10, and therefore
But
he'll
it
go
doesn't matter.
to...
It doesn't matter in RFL.
Are we...
So, yeah, so he gets the fast lap.
I mean, I didn't know what we were doing with that. I actually should have checked before I started streaming.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. So Beacon
I don't know.
gets...
I don't know what I wrote in the rules.
So Beacon gets the fast lap even though he was one lap down, so he will take 1 point from this absolute disaster of a race with Renault. I don't think Renault are going to be very happy with Beacon. So yeah, Jolllyy, that's a bit of a disappointment from Jolllyy. He could have won that race, but if it wasn't for that, I don't know what happened with Jolllyy. I don't know if he's on a pad, maybe his control of Renault, but McLaren, what can you say? That's a great start for McLaren. Danny should have been a two-time RFL champion last season if it wasn't for what happened last season, but he takes the win in Australia. It's McLaren 1-2. Great way to start the season there from the McLaren boys. And Rosie, I think that's his first podium of the ever. I know it's the first podium of the season, obviously, but I don't know if that's his first podium of his RFL career.
Wait, who was that? Sorry.
Rosie in the Williams.
I think it is. I think he's actually making his debut today. Oh no, he's not. He got last season. He got third and second, so there's no third. He's yet to win a race, but he's finished on the podium in every RFL race he's entered. So he continues a good run of form there. So 3 out of 3 for Rosie. But Danny is your winner today, Season 2 champion, ahead of his teammate Ian Boyd, leading him in McLaren 1-2. It was an Alfa Romeo 1-2 in Tier 2, and it's a McLaren 1-2 in Tier 1. Williams come home 3-4 with Chandler in P5 after his incident with Brumson. Antzmaz in P6, Vapid in P7 with Grumpy Line in P8, and then Alfa Romeo of Clenzo splitting the Toro Rossos, while Adam is in P10. Pepsi P11, Callum P12, Briz, Antiv, Brumson, King Liam, Rampage and Nomad are the other drivers, the first two were classified and the rest were DNFs after poor ends to the race. Do we want to invite the podium drivers? I think we do. So invite them for an interview at the moment. Sorry.
That was an interesting race. That very watchable, very enjoyable. That great way to start the season. Yep. Alright guys, welcome. Make sure to include your audio.
So I'll start off with the race winner to interview. So that's obviously Danny. So first of all, Danny, congratulations. But I mean, the question I obviously have to ask is, when the safety car came out, did you think it was race over? Well, win over anyway.
Yeah, I did a bit. I thought, but luckily Jolllyy got caught out as well, so I knew I kind of had like someone to act as like a shield before they got to me. And as well, I thought all the soft runners would battle with each other, so I just kind of just tried getting the gap to Jolllyy at one out of DRS, which I did for a few laps. But yeah, just happy with the win.
Well, congratulations on your win anyway. And did you know then about the penalty situation at the end with Ian Boy not having a penalty while you did? And were you conscious about that and trying to push away, or what was your strategy toward the end with that?
I knew Rozzy and Jolllyy and Liam had a penalty. I don't know if Liam was in the train or not, but I knew Ian didn't. But I honestly thought I was like 5 seconds in front or something, so I wasn't that worried about it. Then when I crossed the line, I saw it went down to 6/10. So that was pretty close.
Yeah, well, your race was like really good today, I'd say, as a whole before that safety car. Obviously, the safety car was annoying for you. So, just talk us through like your strategy at the early stages to get that lead away from Jolllyy, because obviously you ended up about 2 seconds behind him or 3 seconds behind him when you ended up getting to P2. And then how did you plan your strategy to make sure you got ahead of him at the pit stops?
Well, I felt quite confident on the softs. My setup worked quite well with like getting them quite far without the performance really going off too much. So I closed them up quite a lot in the first stint to get in DRS, and then I just got to lap 7. I knew my pit window opened lap 8, and someone told me that the hards like don't really wear a whole lot, so I just did the opposite to what he did on lap 7. So if he pitted, I would have stayed out. But I came in and got a nice undercut, which was more than I thought.
Yeah, well, that's everything I want to ask you. So unless Tom has any questions, we'll move on to second place man Ian Boy.
I have no questions.
So Ian Boy, I bet you're gutted after that. You were on track to potentially take the win away from your teammate Danny, but I think it was Jollyy's AI that really cost you in the end when it slowed you down and kind of ruined your momentum, and you dropped out that 3 seconds. What happened?
To be honest, I didn't really know Danny had a penalty in front. I just knew I was penalty free. I knew Jollyyy had penalties, and I knew Rosé had penalties. So I was just trying to keep it clean. I was on 2 warnings, so the next one obviously was a penalty. So I was trying to stay away from that, and obviously just keep my nose clean. I didn't know about Danny's penalty, and then when I seen it was 6-10, so I was like, oh fuck. So I probably could have won, but I'm more than happy with that.
Well, yeah, I guess as a whole, you're pretty happy with P2 considering you started, what was it, P12, I want to say? I'm not sure what it was. It was quite low down though. So,
P12.
when you started the race, what was your aim for this?
I started a crash in qualifying in a race earlier on in the week, and I did mediums to softs, and I went from 17th to 4th. So I knew I could do it, and I knew it could work. So I tried it again, and obviously the safety car came out. I didn't know what to do. I don't know if you saw me. I was half in the pit lane, and I dived out at the last minute, like Lewis Hamilton at Germany last year. Did that. Obviously, because I saw everybody pitting, and I knew I was in fresh softs, so that's when I gained a lot of positions, and really just benefited from that massively, I suppose. But I never expected to be second, and I never knew I was that close to being first. So, but overall, I'm happy with a 1-2 for the team as well. So, but yeah, just want to say that I seen in the chat that King Liam said that I brake checked him under the safety car. I don't know if anybody else saw it, but I had no throttle control at all. The game was controlling my throttle, wouldn't let me accelerate because there was a slight glitch with the safety car. I don't know if
Yeah, it
you
came
noticed that.
Wow,
coming
interesting.
in really early. So
So
we
it
had no
wouldn't, car wouldn't,
throttle.
wouldn't let me accelerate out a corner, and Liam went straight into the back of me. So at the end of the day, you should have been watching and seen that I wasn't going anywhere and not being so driving up my arse all the time, so to speak. So get it.
Wow, interesting.
Well, obviously, I guess that'll be something that will be investigated after. So I mean, you might well be fine if that's true. So we'll see. But for now, we'll assume you're definitely safe for second place. So congratulations. Unless Tom has any questions, I'm going to move on to our third driver, Flying Aussie.
No.
So, Flying Aussie, good work from you today. Representing Bossman, of course, I have to mention that. Because Bossman is a good club, team. But anyway, you drove well today. You've now got 3 podiums from 3 RFL starts. How was your race today, from your perspective?
Just a lot of luck, to be fair. I knew I had decent race pace, but when you get stuck behind people, you lose your rhythm completely. I was like a second lap down from what I've seen in practice on the first stint. So while I was in clear air, I just tried to make the most of it. I went a bit too far on the softs because they're on like 80% by the time I pitted. Which probably wasn't the smartest thing to do, but I was just going to do the opposite of whatever Chandler did. And then I was in a bit of a decent place, made a few overtakes on like the fresh tyres. And then the safety car came out. I saw Liam got the damage, so that's 1 place gained straight away. And I went up the inside of Ian Boy, and Ian. And I just saw the next 2 cars take each other out. I was like, that's a lot more luck. And yeah, I just had to go for it. And I saw where Danny was. I knew he had the same amount of penalties as me. So I was just having to be as ruthless as I could, trying to get that win. Like, not necessarily the way I like to try, like pushing people off, but if it works, then I'm doing it. So, yeah.
And then obviously, I might well just go back to one of the McLaren drivers after and just ask. But you as a team, Williams, were 3 and 4 today, and the McLarens were 1-2. Do you think you're going to have a constructors fight with them, or do you expect Alfa Romeo or Renault or Red Bull or Toro Rosso or someone else to maybe come into it later on?
Oh yeah, Alpha definitely could come into it, but yeah, I think we're the main 2 teams who could go for it. Just interested to see if Ant can find his form that he normally has. Not just a bad race for him.
Yeah. I think he was a bit slower today than like last season. Maybe it's just not adapted to the game. We'll find out before RFL Live later this week, where we'll discuss everything about that. But I mean, that's everything I want to ask you. So unless Tom has any questions, we'll wrap up.
Actually, I have a question for Danny before we go. Considering what happened later on in last season with the contract Antzmaz and you know, with all that and you losing the championship, does winning this race, like, is there more of a satisfaction with you winning this race and McLaren 1-2, considering what happened last season?
Yeah, definitely. It's his first time I've won the first race of the season, so it's a confidence builder. And as well for Ian, he's obviously not had to catch up half a game now without his assists, so he's right back up on top. So bring strong results for the team.
All right, Mugs, that's it.
Well, that's everything that we have for you today on opening day of RFL Season 4. And what an opening day it was. Tier 2, we had a brilliant battle between the Alfa Romeos at the start of the race, and then we had differing strategies, but we had brilliant battle for third place throughout that entirety of the race. So Tier 2, definitely worth a watch. Tier 1 though, what a race we had. We had safety cars, we had crashes, we had brilliant battling between Danny, Jolllyy, Ian Boy was with many other people, and then we had brilliant battles all throughout the field, all race. So definitely make sure that you watch the highlights when it comes out, and what a race we had today. And we'll see you next week for Bahrain. But before that, we do have RFL Live on Thursday on our YouTube channel. We should have Tier 2 highlights out Thursday night as well, and Tier 1 hopefully on Friday. But next week we go to Bahrain in the desert, and we'll see you all then. Tier 2 at 7 o'clock and Tier 1 at 9 o'clock. Thank you all for watching, and goodbye.
Bye.